Well, Josh, what's this transition been like for you? Has it been smooth or
Oh, it's been real smooth. We've been working every day, and day in and day out, and I feel like I'm getting better for sure.
do you feel like you know this defense pretty well, or is it going to take a while?
It's my mom always tell me don't be afraid to fail. So don't be afraid to fail, but don't fail too much. So I'm learning and I'm failing and I'm correcting. So it's gonna be good.
How similar is this to what LSU ran, or is it?
Um, it's some similarities, but we got a lot of checks, and I'm learning still, so it's gonna be good.
Have you seen any differences in Coach Aranda from there to here?
So when I was at LSU, Coach Aranda had recruited me, and here he's actually coaching me. And the same guy that recruited me, he wants the best for me, and I know, and I really do anything for him because I know he wants the best for me for sure.
What is it about Coach Aranda? Why does he come across so well to players?
Yeah, I feel like his track record. He has a great track record of putting great linebackers in the league, which drew me. So I know what he can do, and that's why I trust him so much because I know what he can. I know what he can make me.
Do you remember his recruiting pitch? What was he like when you met him?
So really, that whole experience, like getting recruited by LSU and getting recruited by him, he just said, I got great speed. I played a game with great speed, and he just laid everything out for me. He showed me their defense. He showed me where I could fit in their defense, and showed me like what I can do, and I loved it. So that's what really drew me in.
Are they moving you around, or are you in one spot, or can you play multiple
Yeah.
linebacker
So
spots?
so I started off at the Woolback, and now I'm working at the Mike Backer, and I feel like moving me around is gonna help me learn the defense even more for sure.
What kind of things have you been working on to maybe kind of up your game a little?
Um, I should say staying square for sure. Staying square and knowing when to play fast and knowing when to slow down, and definitely pass drops also. Definitely pass drops.
Did the injury hold you back any, or what? You were out for a while,
Yeah.
or
So at LSU, I injured my labrum and I was out for a year, but through that time, I attacked rehab and I came back. I feel like I came back even stronger through the rehab, and even in rehab, I was studying. I was studying the game in the training room all day, so I feel like I bounced back pretty fast.
were you limited here though when you first got here?
No,
It
sir.
seemed like you were in a yellow shirt for a while.
Oh, I had a little injury before I had fell, and I was in concussion protocol.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and I had to have that one yellow jersey because it was protocol.
Okay.
Yeah, I got out that thing quick though.
What's it been like being around Dylan Doyle? I know you probably haven't gotten a chance to get too close
Yeah.
to them, but you've had a couple weeks
Oh
now.
no, man.
How cool is it being with
Oh,
him?
it's been great, man. Good character guy, man. And even during like the summer camp where we're lifting weights and stuff, we're always in there watching film as a linebacker group. So I love them guys, man, because I know they want to get better. They be like, hey Josh, after this workout, let's go up and watch film, and I love that about them because they like to work and I like to work too.
So, Will, what's it been like? What's competition been like in the linebacker room?
Yeah, competition's been insane. We got Matt, we got Dylan, we got Josh White out here I have to compete against, and all of them are like have experience playing football. All of them are really great athletes, and it's all about knowledge and knowing who knows the playbook the best and whoever executes the playbook to the fullest.
It seemed like last year kind of focused on a couple of guys. Of course, they were really good. But do you see maybe the chance to rotate guys at those spots?
Yeah, it's like we're actually very, very deep in like each position, especially in the linebacker position. And with Terrell going to the draft, only leaves like one position right next to Dylan. Of course, Dylan has that spot secured, but we have me, we have Matt, we have Josh White, we have Tyrone Brown. All these people are going to rotate, and I don't know. Depends on how we fit Robert's defense.
What was it like for you to see Terrell this weekend, the scoop and score, and just kind of all the guys that had big weekends?
Watching Terrell get that, scoop and score, I wasn't surprised. He's always a ball hawk. He's going to be at the football all the time, and he's always a leader. If he's not on the field, he's going to find a way to help the people on the field, even if he's sitting on the bench or like talking to them. So yeah, I wasn't surprised.
What's your impression of Josh been so far?
Josh, I've been staying at Josh's place for a while, ever since until I moved into mine. So I have a very strong connection than most people on the football team. But Josh is a cool person. He has experience, and he really wants to like learn the defense, especially him coming from LSU. He doesn't really know like the Baylor offense. I mean, not offense, defense. So yeah, I was hanging out with Josh. It's like very cool to be around him, like just the energy he brings.
Will, are you at the weak side or will linebacker? Or
Yeah.
rotating?
Yes, Will
It's
Williams
like made
playing
for you.
Will backer. Yes, I've been at the Will backer the whole time. I never played Mike because I'm not that big enough to be playing Mike, but yeah, I've been at the Will position.
You talked about this group being deep, this linebacker group. After losing Terrell, how reassuring is that to know like you still got some guys out there?
Yeah, because after Terrell leaving, we do get pretty worried about how deep we're going to be in the linebacker position. Obviously, I was right behind Terrell. We had Matt rotating after Terrell, so we knew we were going to have people to back up. But now that we have Josh White coming in from LSU, we knew we were going to be deep in the linebacker position.
What's the biggest thing just being around some of those guys? It's older guys. The past couple of years, you've kind of learned about being a linebacker.
Yeah, well, when I first came to Baylor, I was a safety originally, so I was working out with Grayland, Henry Black, so I already know how the experience of playing with those players were. And then moving to linebacker, it's like a whole different ball game because the safeties have their own section, their defense, and then the D linemen have their own defense, and then when you play linebacker, you have to know both sides. So being next to Terrell, he really calms it down and makes me learn what I have to do.
Was there a big adjustment you had to make physically when you go from safety to linebacker? Is it maybe we're overhyping how maybe bigger a linebacker has to be than a safety?
I wouldn't say more physical. I would say more mentally because having to learn the safety position, you have to know the defensive position, you have to know the linebacker position. You're pretty much the quarterback of the defense. So it's not so much physical, but it's more mental.
What does culture mean to you in this program? What does that actually define in your opinion?
When I think of culture, I think of family, and I think we built our own family here at Baylor University, where we keep pounding the rock, and we have the jackers and robbers, and we find our own little things to motivate ourselves to practice and continue to push to get the championship, Big 12 championship, Natty, wherever it is.
I was going to bring that up, jackers and robbers. Who started that? I know
Yeah.
we talked about it a little bit yesterday with the safeties.
Jackers and robbers, that's something that Coach Caleb came up with yesterday. We're in the midst of fall camp, so everyone's kind of dead and feeling kind of woozy. Another day, another practice. But Coach Caleb came up with the jackers and robbers. If you take something from somebody, you're gonna go to jail. So we're gonna take the football. We're jackers and robbers. So it really motivated us. And today, we're hitting the ball, getting interceptions. And I feel in the past 2 days we had more interceptions and more forced fumbles than we had the whole fall camp.
Why is it that something maybe that simple can motivate a group or just give y'all something else to look for?
Well, when you go to practice, you just go there. You're like, I don't want to mess up. I don't want to mess up this. But when you give yourself jackers and robbers, it makes you look forward to doing something. You focus on just wanting to hit the ball, trying to get the ball, and then of course there's a prize after every time you get the ball out, or you get a pick or interception candy, or we're gonna get T-shirts and bracelets. So it's more competition that brings that.
What's your favorite prize? Candy, T-shirt?
So far, the prizes haven't really been established, but I've got candy already. So yes, I do enjoy the candy.
Is that something you guys want to build on and keep part of Baylor culture for the years to come?
Yeah, so we had take 3 when Coach Joey was here. So that was more of his thing, and him going to Texas Tech, we had to come up with our own thing, our identity. So jackers and robbers, I feel that's gonna be staying around with Baylor as long as Caleb is here.
Played a lot last year. You got a lot of good experience. Has that been a pretty big benefit for you coming in?
Most definitely. Last year I didn't get to do none of the fall camp stuff. This is probably the most in tune, up to speed with everything I've been. So I think it's helped a lot.
So are you the tallest linebacker in college football?
Probably. I would like to think so. I probably am.
What are the unique benefits and maybe the downsides to being a taller linebacker?
Let's start with the downsides. Downsides. I'm not gonna down myself, but I mean, it could be, hypothetically speaking, it could be maybe pad level, because I'm taller than everybody. I gotta get lower than everybody. But other than that, that's all I'm gonna say. And then the benefits, length. I mean, you can't teach length. It's just a God-given thing. So.
Do you play any defensive end? Do you ever start up front? Or?
Actually, when I first got here freshman year, I did. Okay. And then they moved me to Jack. So, I mean, yeah, I could. You never know.
Is Jack a good spot for you, think?
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of built for you?
Yeah, definitely.
In that position, do they use you still like coming off the edge and stuff like that? I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's more than just being a linebacker.
Oh yeah. And we got calls, where I come get in the 3-point stance. Like I still get in the 3-point stance. So I just basically a hybrid. Do get down, get out, either one.
When you lose leaders like JT, Terrell, Jalen, what do you guys have to do as the experienced guys on the defense to kind of keep that mentality and keep that same?
We gotta raise the bar. Like me, Matt Jones, Dylan, everybody that's came back. We gotta make up for all that's going on. So, and we're gonna do it. So.
Is that a thing that's come easily to you, or did you have to kind of work into being maybe a little more of a vocal guy?
I probably talked a lot, but like not in the nonsense of leadership. But so I guess you could say it's been a little different, but it's helped a lot that like I had all of them here to help me with it.
Who are the other guys at Jack that are competing with you? Who are the other guys
We got
at Jack linebacker?
Tony, we got Jackie, we got Vic, we got Bryson. I mean, we got a stack Jack room. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So it's good competition.
To make you kind of bring it every
Oh
day?
yeah, most definitely.
What do you think sets you apart as a group, the whole defense?
What sets us apart?
From last year.
From last year? That's a good question. What sets us apart from last year? I'm gonna say it's the what is that word I'm looking for? We got so many people returning. It's not like a new system for everybody. So we're kind of like install. Just we got it all from last year. So I think experiences, that's what I was looking for. Experiences helping us a lot. So that's probably the difference between last year. There's new people coming in. This is my first time playing in. So I think we're gonna be good.
Working under Caleb, what's that like? How is he as a coach? Is it nice to have a coach who maybe is a little bit closer in age than
Most definitely, I ain't looking at him like he my dad or something. Like we real no. Coach C.Y. we real close. We talk about real stuff. On and off the field. So like he can relate to us. Like not too long ago was he in our position. So that's good.
What did he do so quickly to come in and to this position group in general and form that bond and form that sort of close connection?
It was just like him talking to us like man to man. And like now during this fall camp we do like during the meetings we do like a little everybody grab a chair, we sit down and we talk about like some real stuff. It don't even gotta be football, like anything. So we can become closer. Like we gotta know each other, play for each other, you know what I'm saying?
Matt, how different is it for you coming into this camp after playing so much last year? How's it kind of changed?
Yeah, I would just say, what was the question again?
Yeah, you played a whole lot last year.
Yeah.
You got a lot more experience than you had a year ago. How's that been different for you?
I don't see it as being anything different. I see it as just coming in, getting better, taking it day by day, new step. The only different thing I would say would be just moving back to inside linebacker. That'd be the only difference. But yeah, just coming in here day in, day out, working. Nothing really different. Doesn't really feel different to me. It's just me doing me.
You've played Jack and inside. Where do you like it? I mean, are you at a good spot for you now?
Yeah, I believe inside is my home, and that's where I belong. That's what I'm best at doing. I've always been down at Jack just because I know we were weak at it. The past 2 years I've been playing it, and we needed help. But I really feel like inside's my home, and I've never had that true opportunity or shot just to show everyone what I'm capable of doing at inside. So I just feel like this year is going to be the true Matt Jones.
Are you mainly at the weak side spot, or do they rotate you?
No, yes, sir. I'm full-time at will, yes, sir.
Well, why do you feel like you're better suited inside?
Just because it gives me a better opportunity to be in the box, outside of the box. As to Jack, I'm really on the edge, or I'm on one side. So being in the middle, it gives me the ability to just fly to the ball. The ball could go on this side of the field. I'll run to it, get there. Go on this side, I'm there. But as to Jack, it's just like you're on the edge, so the ball goes away from you. It's hard to get there. So just being inside, I'm able to involve myself in all the plays.
In terms of playing Jack and now playing inside, are there things you can take away from your experiences playing in that position that you can now incorporate playing back inside?
Yeah, I would say my pass rush, just learning all that at Jack, it carried on to inside.
Whenever we do certain type of fronts, when I'm down on the edge, I just bring up that experience from Jack, and I'm able to just execute it at a good level from just experience from the past, and that's about it. Yeah.
In terms of just the linebacker group as a whole, when you lose a voice like Terrell, is that something that one guy can fill, or do you guys as an older unit kind of have to come together in that way?
Yeah, Terrell, he was the man. He was definitely the man, and I know I got some big shoes to fill. But Dylan Doyle, even with Terrell here, he's done a great job at just taking charge, being a leader, getting to know every single one of the inside linebackers, every single one of them, like deep in the heart. He's real good at bringing everyone together, and he's teaching me a lot, and I'm following off a lot of things that he's doing, and just coming in to take his place for when he leaves.
Matt, since you've been here, is this the best depth maybe that the linebacking group has had?
Yes, I say that to Dylan maybe twice, 3 times a day. Whenever we're doing drills, I'm like, geez, bro, we get a big break. Last year we didn't have this big of a break. We got a lot of linebackers, a lot of depth. Even outside, when you bring everyone together, it's like the wide receiver group. It's huge.
How reassuring is that, after losing Terrell and stuff, to know that you still have so much depth?
It's good. Especially being able to know that we have a lot of talent deep in the depth. It'll be good for down the road. Because I know a lot last year. I know Dylan and Terrell, they were getting most of the reps, 60, 70, 80 snaps a game, and later on in the season, it carries on. Your body gets tired, your legs get dead. So I know that having depth, we're able to just play more than 11 every game on the defense side of the ball. So it'll give us a break and carry on down the road.
Thank you, man.
Thank y'all.